Welcome, esteemed viewers, to Faith Meets Politics. Today, we're diving into a topic that strikes a chord with many parents, caregivers, and concerned citizens: the impact of transgender TikTokers and YouTube influencers on our children. This is an incredibly nuanced and sensitive subject, so we need to approach it with care and respect for all parties involved. However, it is vital that we critically examine the kind of influence these platforms have on the impressionable minds of our youth. Let's see. In recent years, social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube have exploded in popularity among younger audiences. Influencers create eye-catching, engaging content that captures children's attention. This content can range from entertaining dance videos to, let's say, educational discussions about identity, including gender identity. While it's important to acknowledge the value of diverse voices and experiences, it's equally crucial to address the potential dangers. Many of these influencers present ideas about being transgender and gender fluidity in ways that may be unsuitable for children. Young minds, let's keep in mind, young minds are very impressionable, and children often look up to these influences as role models without fully understanding complex issues. According to studies, children as young as 8 are engaging with content that discusses gender identity on platforms like TikTok and YouTube. Influencers may offer affirming messages about being transgender that sounds appealing, especially to vulnerable children. But here's the catch. These messages often oversimplify a complex reality that negate numerous factors involved in gender identity, including social, emotional, and psychological implications. It's essential to recognize that while some children may genuinely feel different, others are simply exploring their identities in a way that requires guidance and education from trusted adults. It's dangerous for them to receive this education solely from influencers who may not have the qualifications or the responsibilities that come with discussing such a profound topic. Let's take a closer look at some examples. Influencers may present their transition stories in an emotional and relatable way, but they often lack nuance and fail to highlight the potential struggles that can come with such life-changing decisions. For instance, there are accounts of individuals who have undergone transition at a young age, only to come back later and regret their decision. It's heartbreaking to hear stories from adults who were influenced to make choices as children, choices later viewed as premature or pressured by social trends they didn't fully understand. Realizing that we might be placing young children in similar situations today is a reality that all parents should think about very carefully. This brings us to the ethics of influence. The ethics of discussing sensitive topics on social media platforms is a big responsibility. Influencers thrive on views, clicks, and followers, which can sometimes lead to sensationalism instead of genuine guidance. Are these influencers adequately prepared to handle the psychological and emotional implications of what they're promoting? Let's think about that. It's crucial to ask ourselves, are we ensuring that our children are receiving well-rounded information? Are we fostering environments where kids can ask questions, voice doubts, and explore their identities in a safe and structured settings? Or are we being bombarded by flashy narratives that paint limited pictures of complex truths? Something to think about. So, what can parents and caregivers do? First and foremost, we need to engage our children in open conversations. Let them know that it's okay to explore their identities, but also express the importance of patience and understanding as they navigate their feelings. We need to encourage critical thinking about the content they encounter online. Help them understand that influencers are not always experts and that their views can be shaped by experience that don't encompass everyone's reality. Setting boundaries around the screen time and the types of content they consume can also foster healthier digital habits. It's necessary to cultivate an environment where children feel safe, discussing their questions about gender identity with trusted adults rather than relying solely on the internet. In closing, while it's important to support individuals in their explorations of gender identity, we must protect our children from the overwhelming influence of social media. It's our duty to guide them thoughtfully as they encounter complex topics, ensuring they have the right tools to navigate these waters with maturity and understanding. Let's foster spaces where children can grow questions and learn without fear of confusion. Together, we can create a balanced environment that informs rather than sways, that enlightens rather than sensationalizes. Thank you for joining me on this Faith Meets Politics. I look forward to hearing from your thoughts on this critical issue. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video so we can keep this important conversation going. Thank you and God bless.